0.25 आ रहा है।
कितना आंसर आ रहा था?
0.25।
0.25।
यस सर।
ओके, ये सुपर एलिवेशन का वैल्यू था?
नो
यस।
सर, उसमें दूसरे वाले में एफ का वैल्यू निकालना चाहिए।
ओके ओके, हाँ एफ का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना था। ठीक है, 0.25 आ रहा है, सही है, ये भी तुम्हारा सही है। तो इसी टाइप का क्वेश्चन पूछता है। नेक्स्ट और कुछ सॉल्व करो। ये आंसर बताओ। 1.2, what is the answer coming out? 1.2 का राइट आंसर क्या होगा?
इसके बाद
कौन सा?
बी नंबर। बी नंबर।
बी, ट्रेसेगार्ड, टेलफोर्ड, मैकडम और सीबीआर। रोमन रोड, फिर ट्रेसेगार्ड, फिर टेलफोर्ड। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। नेक्स्ट 1.3। 1.3
बाई 50 होगा।
बाई 50। ओके गुड, इसका भी बी, इसका भी बी। नेक्स्ट 1.4। 1.4।
234 डी नंबर।
कौन सा? बी।
डी। सॉरी सर, 1.5 देख रहे थे।
1.5 का बी।
डी।
डी। ओके, what is the answer of 1.4? So you are saying, sir, B option for 1.2, B option for 1.3, D option for your 1.5. What is the option for 1.4?
डी नंबर।
कौन सा?
डी, मटेरियल लोकेशन सर्वे।
ना, इसका ये ऑप्शन जाएगा। ये तो कोई टेस्टिंग ही नहीं है, मटेरियल लोकेशन सर्वे, ये तो हमारा कोई सर्वे ही नहीं था। हमारा तो बस था प्रिलिमिनरी सर्वे, फिर था हमारा मैप स्टडी, इससे बीच में था रिकोनेंस, और सबसे लास्ट था डिटेल सर्वे। इन व्हिच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग लोकेशन सर्वे, यहाँ लिखा भी हुआ लोकेशन सर्वे, दैट मीन्स इट इज ग्रेडेड विथ योर प्रिलिमिनरी सर्वे और रिकोनेंस सर्वे ऑफ द रोड। हियर वी जस्ट सी द सॉइल प्रोफाइल, हमारा मिट्टी कैसा है 1 से 3 मीटर डेप्थ के नीचे जहाँ ग्राउंड है उसके नीचे मिट्टी कैसा है। तो बताए ही थे कि सबसे पहले हम लोग मैप को पढ़ लेते हैं ऊपर से कि कहाँ का रोड बनाना है, फिर जाके देखते हैं, जैसे कि गेट का एग्जाम से पहले जाके देखते हैं, पहले तो पेपर पढ़ लिए कि हमारा एडमिट कार्ड आ गया, रिकोनेंस सर्वे जाके एक दिन पहले पूरा सेंटर दिखाते हैं कैसा है, फिर जाके सेंटर के अंदर घुस के पूरा क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं। तो रिकोनेंस मैप स्टडी कर लिए, रिकोनेंस सर्वे घूम के आ गए कि हाँ ठीक है, गाड़ी में बैठे पूरा घूम के आ गए कि हाँ जो मैप पे देखे थे वो सब कुछ मिल जा रहा है कि नहीं। और हमारा थर्ड आता है प्रिलिमिनरी सर्वे, इसी में तो जाके मिट्टी का टेस्ट करते हैं, जो हमको टेक्निकल इन्हांसमेंट चाहिए ये हम लोग करना स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो द राइट आंसर इज ए। ये अभी नहीं बना, इसको छोड़ दो। बना सकते हो 1 नंबर, ये भी बता दिए 1.1। You check B, B, A and A. So also the answer for 1 D is wrong, marked by you. So this is correct. This is also correct. This is correct. This is wrong. Okay.
Yes sir.
चलो solve this question.
To sir, question number.
What? Solve this question. Solve this question.
Two.
Also horizontal curve is इतना मीटर, इतना मीटर। 2 lane road is to design for speed इतना। The raising of outer edge of the pavement with the mixed traffic condition is
Speed.
also solve this question.
2.15 का B number.
The total action rate does not depend upon. Okay, so you mark B option. Okay, 2.15 B. Next, solve this question. 2.14. Brake is applied on a vehicle which then skids a distance of 60 meters before coming to stop. If the developed average coefficient of friction between the tires and pavement is 0.4, then the speed of vehicle before skidding have been nearly. So what is the speed of vehicle?
बन जाएगा सर, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा। इसमें f को मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं क्योंकि f का वैल्यू 0.4 है।
यहाँ पे 0.4 दे रखा है। Here it is given that coefficient of friction between tire and pavement is 0.4, and you know the value of coefficient of friction for your longitudinal that vary from 0.35 to 0.4. So it is in range. So it is okay. Solve this. सॉल्व कर दो। ब्रेकिंग डिस्टेंस कितना था? VRT प्लस पी स्क्वायर बाई 2GF। कैलकुलेट कर लो। बी स्क्वायर बाई 2GF। अब ये बी स्क्वायर बाई 2GF ब्रेकिंग डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू LB। this value is given, that is your 16 meter. दिया हुआ है 16 meter,
Yes, sir.
so it is given as 16. Also here you put v square. Here it is given as 2gf, that means 2 into 9.81 into 0.4. So you get here
11.2 आ रहा है.
v square is equal to 32, 16 into 2, 32 into 9.81 into 0.4. What is the answer coming out?
11.2 आ रहा है सर.
This whole value coming out to be 11.2. V square is equal to 11.2.
No sir, V का D का value.
Only V value.
Yes sir.
So here you get your V value is in meter per second. But you have to change your value, this meter per second value, in kilometer per hour. So you just convert this value. You convert this value in your kilometer per hour.
40.3.
40.3.
Yes sir.
So you get your right answer as C. So C is your right answer. So I have checked that. What you get at 2.14. The right answer is C, 2.14. 2.14. You all get our value as C, 2.14. So right answer is C. Here you see 2.14. The right answer is C. So is it right? समझ में आया?
Yes sir.
Okay. So I give you another question, that is your 2.15. Here you mark option as B. So this is also incorrect. This is also wrong. Right answer is C. So you check is also 2.15. So check.
लेकिन इससे ड्राइवर का माइंड पे भी तो डिपेंड करता है ना रिएक्शन टाइम.
देख रहे हैं क्या बोला. .15. So total reaction time of a driver does not depend upon. First is your perception time, depend करता है. Speed of vehicle ये depend करता है. Condition brake reaction time. So basically this is your total reaction time. तो हमारे reaction time पे depend करेगा ही करेगा. यहाँ पे देखो brake reaction time, इस पे भी तो depend करेगा. This is the form of your reaction time. Next is your condition of mind of driver. तो कंडीशन ऑफ माइंड ऑफ ड्राइवर, ड्राइवर का माइंड कैसा है, आई थिंक ये तुम्हारा ये फैक्टर है जिस पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है. बिकॉज यू फिल्टर्ड हियर, यू फिल्टर दैट ऑन परसेप्शन टाइम योर टोटल रिएक्शन टाइम इज आल्सो डिपेंड, बिकॉज योर टोटल रिएक्शन टाइम डिपेंड्स अपॉन वेरियस फैक्टर. फर्स्ट इज योर रिएक्शन टाइम. सो फर्स्ट वन इज योर रिएक्शन टाइम. ऑन रिएक्शन टाइम first one is your brake perception time, next one is your intellectual time, next one is your emotion time, next one is your volition time, next your brake reaction time. On brake reaction time is also a type of reaction time, so on this factor also your reaction time will depend. The speed of vehicle, obvious, on this point your total reaction time will be depend. Next is your condition of mind of driver. So this is, here they use a term that is mind. So I think they, on mind of a driver, this is not, total reaction time is not dependent. So C is the right answer. Next चलो इधर चल रहे हैं हम। तो एक आइडिया लगा कैसे क्वेश्चन बनता है, कैसे फ्रेम हुआ और कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चन बनता है।
यस
ओके नेक्स्ट is, so I discuss these things. So here if you see, these are the 4 cases, that is defined as 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see all the cases, that in first case, if you see first case, then you have shown as RA, RB. RA is your reaction at inner wheel of your vehicle, that is denoted as A. RB is the reaction at outer wheel of your vehicle, that is denoted as RB. So here it is written as that reaction at A is greater than reaction at B. So here this is the condition that here if you see in this direction a centrifugal force is acting. So this is the centrifugal force direction, and also due to this centrifugal force here from this direction a movement is acting. So if here our RA value is greater than RB value, next what you do, you just apply some amount of super elevation, that is denoted as your E1. Here you see it is denoted as E1. Here it is denoted as E equilibrium. Next it is denoted as E2. So what we observe that if we apply super elevation, then gradually the value of super elevation and the reaction, our value of super elevation gradually increases, because here you see this is the E1 and here the slope of E1 is less. Here in this condition in equilibrium, the slope of equilibrium is much more than the slope of E1. Next for E2 also the slope is more than equilibrium and also more than your E1. So here you see at one particular time our RA is greater than RB, but here you see RB is greater than RA. It is also unbalancing case, but when your super elevation come at equilibrium super elevation, then your RA is equal to RB, and this is the most ideal or most generalized condition. Next, again if you increase the value of super elevation or rate of super elevation, the reaction or the normal force acting on outer vehicle will also increase. So you keep in mind that you have not increase your super elevation as much as possible. You have to restrict your super elevation for a certain amount of value, or our IRC gives a guideline for super elevation also, that you have to restrict your super elevation in that particular range. So here you see that a note point is given. Note, it may be seen that the contribution of super elevation E, that is your 0.07, is much less than that of lateral friction, that is your 0.15 in contracting centrifugal force. So if you see the value of, here you have your two value. One value is F, that is your 0.15, and one value of your E is equal to 0.07. So here you see which is greater, the value of F or the value of E?
F.
Okay.
Friction.
So okay. So here you see the value of friction is more than the value of your centrifugal value of friction. That means your the value of lateral friction is more than the value of super elevation. So it is also possible that your contribution of super elevation is much less than the lateral friction in contracting the centrifugal force. So it is the condition, or if you see the normal condition, that in normal condition you just need small value of super elevation. मतलब हमारे पास दो कंडीशन आया पीछे, जो देखिए एक मैक्सिमम कंडीशन था, एक नॉर्मल कंडीशन था। तो देखिए कि नॉर्मल कंडीशन में हमारा जो वैल्यू था वो मैक्सिमम कंडीशन में हमारा सुपर एलिवेशन और हमारा लेटरल फ्रिक्शन का वैल्यू एक मिनिमम जो वैल्यू था और हमारा सुपर एलिवेशन जो मैक्सिमम था वो दोनों 10% और वो भी 10% यानी 0.1 के आसपास था। नॉर्मल कंडीशन में हमारा सुपर एलिवेशन 7% रखा जाता है। किस रोड के लिए रखा जाता है, इसके लिए हमारा IRC एक अलग से हमको टेबल बना के दे रखा है। सो यू हैव टू कीप दैट टेबल आल्सो इन योर माइंड। जस्ट वेट because power is gone. Hello, Rohit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here you see it may be seen that the contribution of super elevation, that is your E, that is 0.07, is much less than the lateral friction, that is your 0.15 in contracting your centrifugal forces. So it may be possible that the value of super elevation is much less than your lateral friction. So in some situation, example that means intersection or some obstruction, it is not possible to provide super elevation. In such cases, friction contracts the centrifugal forces, and if friction is also not sufficient, then radius of curve is increased, which if not possible, the speed of vehicle negotiating a turn must be reduced to following. So this is our prime motto. This is the prime motto which I discussed, that in some situation, that means example at intersection or some obstruction, it is not possible to provide super elevation. So if it is not feasible to provide super elevation, or if we have not option to increase the outer edge of beam with respect to inner edge, in such case, what you do, you just contract the centrifugal force by your friction. Also, if your friction is not sufficient, then you have the option that PC value, PC is equal to MVA square by R. You start increasing the value of R. So if you start increasing the value of R, then what happens? This value, PC value, goes down, decreasing. So here our centrifugal force get contracted with this process also. So you remember that if super elevation is not provided at any places, then you contract the centrifugal force by friction force. If also friction force is not able to contract that centrifugal force, you choose the option that you just increase or you change the radius of curve. Next, if it is also not possible that the radius of curve is increased at that particular location or that particular intersection, then what you do, you just decrease the speed of vehicle. So here also one option is left, that is your this speed value. So if you just decrease the design speed, then automatically the super elevation value will go down. So it is also a practical situation which will act on a field when you try to make a horizontal alignment, that अब मान के चलो कहीं पहाड़ आ गया, पहाड़ आया, अब पहाड़ के पास हमको रोड बनाना है क्योंकि पहाड़ ही है, और देखा ही होगा रांची टू चाईबासा। अब वहाँ पे जो रोड बनाना है, बनाने स्टार्ट किए हैं, सुपर एलिवेशन नहीं दे सकते हैं क्योंकि सुपर एलिवेशन अब थोड़ा है, थोड़ी है कि एक ही सेक्शन पे कहीं पे प्रोवाइड कर दे, थ्रू आउट लेंथ जाएगा, कहीं जितना दूर कर पे आए। अब प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल नहीं है कि हम सुपर एलिवेशन दे पाए, तो क्या करेंगे, पता है कि अगर नहीं दे पाए तो हमारा व्हीकल ओवरटर्न और लेटरल स्किड करेगा। फिर हम सबसे पहले फ्रिक्शन के पास जाएंगे, फ्रिक्शन से पूछेंगे कि भाई फ्रिक्शन तुम कम हो सकते हो, अगर वो भी बोला कि हम भी नहीं कम हो सकते हैं, उपाय ही नहीं है कि हम अपना इस सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स को पूरा का पूरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करा दें। हाँ कुछ ना कुछ बोले, कुछ ना कुछ तो हम ले सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर क्या ऑप्शन बचेगा, फिर यू हैव ऑप्शन टू जस्ट इंक्रीज योर radius of curve, or you have option to just decrease the speed of curve. So these are type of question asked in many examination, that to contract the centrifugal force, first option A, we just provide a super elevation at a particular place, but if option B, but super elevation is not practically possible to provide at that particular location, you contract that centrifugal force with friction, option C. So these are type of question, and which of the following are correct, option A, B, C, D. So these are examiners are smart, so they also frame this type of question nowadays in various examination. So is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So here you see, here you get E plus F is equal to V square by GR. So this is our first basic relationship, that is E plus F is equal to V square. E plus F is equal to V square into GR. You get it as when you just solve PC by W is equal to V square by GR in your very basic class of starting of your this centrifugal force. So this is the condition for your overturning effect. So here what you do, you just change the value of B from meter per second to kilometer per hour. You get E plus F is equal to V square by 127 into R. What you do next, what you do, you just put the value of E is equal to 0. You get, when you put E equal to 0, then what you get, you just multiply, you just, here you get, if you get E value is equal to 0, here you get this F is equal to, this F is equal to V square by 127 R, 127 into R. So what you do, you find the value of V, you get the value of V as V is equal to 127 into F into R. So here you get the value of V as VA. So this VA is your allowable speed. So you remember this thing also, that what do you mean by allowable speed? So we get allowable speed when we put our super elevation value as 0. So if you get the super elevation value as your 0, then you get your allowable speed. So it is also asked in many examination that they examiner give the value of lateral friction. They give the value of your lateral friction as the, if a vehicle is traveling on a hilly road, the lateral friction of a vehicle, or the lateral friction between tire and pavement of the vehicle is 0.15. Radius of curve is 120 meter or 130 meter. You have to calculate the allowable speed. So this type of question also asked in examination, and here at this particular point of time, a student got stuck that how we calculate allowable speed, and because from the value of F or R, they are not able to find the speed value. But here you remember that many examination from these formulas question will be framed. So you remember this thing, that when your super elevation is 0, then you get the speed as allowable speed, and the formula of allowable speed is equal to रूट ऑफ 127f इंटू आर। समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is, in some cases super elevation may be negative. In such case you just change the value of super elevation. Here you get f minus c is equal to v square by 127 into gr. Here we get that e is equal to, that means this super elevation is function of our v, that is the speed of vehicle. Next is your r, that is your radius of curve. Next is your f, that is your longitudinal friction. So it is also framed in many examinations that super elevation is a function of option A, the speed of vehicle, option B, radius of curve, option C, lateral friction, option D, degree of curve. Which of the following are correct? A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Option B, 1, 2, 3. Option C, 2, 3, 4. Option D, 1, 3, 4. So in this type of question framed in your examination, so you remember these all points. Next, so from previous analysis, the value of E increase with increase in speed and with decrease in radius of curve. So you get the formula of your super elevation, that is your E plus F is equal to v square by g into r. So the value of E, this value will increase. If you see, E is equal to, at this particular point of time, you just forget this F. So E is equal to v square by g into r. So what we see here, if we increase the value of v, that means if the value of a speed will increase, then this super elevation is increase or not? बढ़ेगा कि नहीं बढ़ेगा?
Yes, sir. बढ़ जाएगा.
Next, if you also decrease the radius of curve, so if you just decrease this value, that is radius of curve, so if you also decrease this value, then also the value of E get increased. So you also remember these 2 points, that when we increase the speed of a vehicle and if we decrease the radius of curve, then our super elevation will increase. Hence, that is your E value, that is your rate of super elevation, cannot be increased beyond a particular limit, that is E max. So you know the value of E max, that E max value I gave you in very basic of this discussion, that is E max is equal to 10%. So you do not allow the pavement or a particular pavement to increase the value of super elevation from 10%, because you know the value of super elevation will increase if you increase the design speed and if you decrease the radius of curve. So we made a balance between these things, because our IRC say that we do not increase our super elevation value beyond a particular limit, as it lead to instability through the slow moving vehicle which has high CG, example heavy loaded trucks, bullock cart, etc. अब इसके कारण सुपर एलिवेशन हम लोग एक पर्टिकुलर लिमिट से ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ाएंगे. क्यों नहीं बढ़ाएंगे? क्योंकि हमको पता है कि आवर इंडिया इज डेवलपिंग कंट्री एंड ऑल्सो इन इंडिया heterogeneous traffic system is flowing. So if heterogeneous traffic system is flowing, that means on a same street of road or on a same road, slow moving vehicle is also moving, fast moving vehicle is also moving. Then what happened? Then the instability is occurring in slow moving vehicle, because slow moving vehicle is already move with low speed. So if the speed is low, then what happen on super elevation? I discussed these things. Also, you know, if the vehicle which is moving with slow speed and if it has high CG, then also this super elevation will affect more on that particular vehicle. Example is your heavy loaded trucks, next is your bullock cart. So value of Emax for different terrain, for different topography, for different areas given by our IRC. So this is very important table. So you remember the value of Emax for different topography or different terrain, because in many examination like your public service commissions, like your SSC JEE examination, this question framed every year in your examination. That is first type of terrain. If the type of terrain is plain and rolling, I discuss what do you mean by plain terrain, what do you mean by rolling terrain in your very basic topic. Next is your mountainous and steep terrain. Next is your built up area. So first one is your plain and rolling terrain. So for plain and rolling terrain, your Emax is Emax. This is not E mean, E maximum, maximum super elevation 7%. So you do not increase the value of super elevation from 7% for your plain and rolling terrain. So this is our general condition that we have to design more roads on plain and rolling terrain. So our super elevation fixed at this particular range or at this particular value, that is your 0.007. Next is your mountainous and steep terrain is not bounded by snow. So here you see that mountainous and steep terrain, it is not bounded by snow. That means we do not consider the factor of snow, and snow is a form of precipitation which falls on the surface of earth from your atmosphere. You know rain, you know snow, you know hail, you know drizzle, because these are the basic aspects of your water resources engineering. And I think the teacher who taught you water resources engineering will give these terms, the knowledge of these terms in very basic class, because from if you study hydrology, then on precipitation topic you read about this thing, that what is rain, what is snow. So our point, that is not our point of discussion, that is what is rain, what is snow. Our point of discussion is that if you have mountainous and steep terrain, then you not consider the effect of snow or hail or drizzle or anything that falls on that particular area. But it is possible that on mountainous and steep terrain or on mountain snowfall, that means बर्फ फुट तो गिरेगा ही, लेकिन उसके इफेक्ट को हमको कंसीडर नहीं करना है. और we have to choose our maximum value of super elevation as 10%. and last one is your built up area, that is your 4%. built up area मतलब जहाँ पे घर वर बना हुआ है या फिर जो कुछ भी कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रखा है, वहां से अगर हम रोड को निकालेंगे, वहां पे हम लोग सुपर एलिवेशन को 4% से ज्यादा प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पाते हैं. बिल्टअप एरिया पहले से ही वहां पे जो भी कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम है या फिर जो भी रोड है बना हुआ है या फिर आसपास घर बना हुआ है, तो वहाँ पे डिफिकल्टी होता है, इसलिए हम सुपर एलिवेशन ज़्यादा प्रोवाइड नहीं करते हैं, मैक्सिमम 4% प्रोवाइड करते हैं. आप पूछो कि सर कौन सा क्वेश्चन कितना बार पूछा गया है, तो ये क्वेश्चन अभी तक में हम बहुत सारे एग्जाम को देखे हैं, उसमें 10 बार ये क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया गया है. सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस टाइप of terrain name and the corresponding or the particular value of super elevation for that particular terrain also. So is it clear?
Yes sir.
Okay.
सर
और कोई डाउट है?
माउंटेनियस एंड जब माउंटेनियस और स्टीप टेरेन रहेगा, जब मेंशन नहीं रहेगा कि नॉट बाउंडेड बाय स्नो, तब
फिर से बोलो, थोड़ा जोर से बोलो.
जैसे कि माउंटेनियस एंड स्टीप टेरेन है, उसमें कंडीशन दिया हुआ है कि नॉट बाउंडेड बाय स्नो। यदि कंडीशन मेंशन नहीं रहेगा तब?
कंडीशन नहीं भी मेंशन रहेगा तब पर भी हमको मेंशन कर लेना है। बस लिख के भी दे दे माउंटेनियस एंड स्टीप टेरेन 10% ही लेना है। अब वो लिख के दे दिया इज नॉट बाउंडेड बाय स्नो, तब पर भी हम ठीक है। अगर वो कुछ भी नहीं लिखा तो इसका मतलब वो एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि बच्चा इतना जानता होगा कि हमको इतना लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है। ठीक है, ओके।
सर एलएमएस पे आप नोट्स नहीं अपलोड किए, वही एनालिसिस ऑफ ओएसडी तक किए हैं।
अच्छा ठीक है, हम कर देते हैं, हमको याद है रोहित, ऐसे हम तुमको सारा का सारा नोट्स हम तुमको दे देंगे। ओके, इसका पूरा
ठीक है
का
सर।
पूरा नोट्स जो है ज्योमेट्रिक डिजाइन का, ये तुमको हम फॉरवर्ड कर देंगे तुम्हारे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में। थोड़ा वेट कर लो, 1-2 दिन हम भेज देते हैं तुमको। ठीक है,
ठीक है सर। ठीक है सर,
ओके।
क्योंकि लिख रहे हैं हम तो वहीं तक लिखा हुआ है।
अच्छा ठीक है रोहित, लिख रहे हो, नोट्स बना
यस
रहे
सर।
हो?
हाँ सर।
ओके ठीक है, तो बनाओ। कैसे बना रहे हो, शेयर कर सकते हो? फोटो खींच के शेयर कर सकते
ओके
हो? मतलब किस टाइप का नोट्स तुम बना रहे हो? एक कलम से लिख रहे हो, 2-3 कलम से लिख रहे हो, अच्छा से नोट्स बना रहे हो, कैसे बना रहे हो?
रुकिए सर,
ओके,
दिखाते हैं।
शेयर करो। अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है तो गुड। ठीक है, ठीक है, हम तुमको शेयर कर देते हैं रोहित, तुम बनाओ। ओके,
ओके सर। ओके
चलो
सर।
ठीक है, ओके ठीक है, क्लास को एंड करते हैं यहीं पे।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, थैंक यू।